Yo, what's up, guys? So as you guys know, oh my gosh, let me show you real quick. Here it is, guys. Look how many units they buffed, nerfed, etc. All right, so this is going to be a long video, but make sure you guys watch the whole thing because all your favorite unit stats have changed and you guys are going to want to stay up to date on that. Also, if we get this video 5,000 likes, guys, I'm gonna be giving away an aqua to somebody down below in the comments, so make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment down your Roblox username so we can give away this aqua. All right, guys, let's go hop right on into it. Also, one last note, we are going to be focusing more on damage units, guys. All right, I already talked about buff units in another video, and you guys already know the support units are pretty much the same. However, if they do show up on the list, I will discuss them. So let's go hop right into it. Also, guys, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button because my new co-unit is dropping very soon, and it only works for subscribers. All right, so here are all the tiers. We got meta for all modes. Meta for I mean, oh wait, we need another one here. All right, let's add another row below. All right, here we go. We got meta for infinite. All right, meta for raid story. Make all these purple because, you know, purple is a great color. And then we got S tier, and then we got all the way down below. Alrighty, actually we'll probably just remove the S tier because that's more like meta. All right, there we go, guys. So these are the tiers. Let's go hop into it. First up, guys, we have Blackbeard. If you guys don't know, Blackbeard got a new orb. All right, I believe it'll show you what the orb does here. Or does it not? Maybe it doesn't. Well, it is in here anyway. Basically, oh wait, here it is. New Blackbeard orb. Oh, it didn't tell you what it does. Well, basically what it does is it makes it so Blackbeard has a faster SPA and more range. All right, honestly, Blackbeard is definitely a top unit meta for every single mode. All right, Kaido. All right, guys, Kaido did not get a buff. I'm just gonna leave him in the F tier, boys, because pretty much every other unit here got a buff. Kaido did not. All right. Rengoku, I do believe right now is the best burn unit. However, if you guys don't know, actually, I'll show you guys right now. They actually removed the mode that he would potentially be meta for. Let me show you. As you guys can see, there is no longer any elemental mode. Instead, it's called Category Thief. So I guess it's different categories every month. All right. So yeah. So for that reason, I'm gonna give him A tier. He's not meta for anything, but he's still a solid unit. Next up, we have Golden Frieza. All right, I'm gonna give Golden Frieza, I'll put him in meta for raids and story mode. All right, I think he's gonna be very OP for this raid right here, guys, the spirit raid, which you need for like Zoro and whatnot. Also, guys, his damage is pretty insane. Let me show it to you real quick. Where's he at? All right, guys, his buff is pretty insane. If you guys have the orb and max buff, look at this, guys, 755k damage at max level. So definitely a very good unit, and he's very cheap. All right, next up we got Kirito. Now Kirito got a good buff. I don't think he's technically meta for infinite though. I'm gonna give him A tier though. His buff is really nice for infinite mode. Highly recommended. He's doing like 4-ish million damage now. All right, Ichigo did get a buff. His SP is a lot better now. I do believe he is meta for one raid. All right, so the only raid I know he's meta for is the string raid. So I will give him credit, guys. He's technically meta for all modes. All right, next up we got Jodaro. All right, Jodaro, it depends on what style you want to go. You can go either freeze or time stop, but he got a massive buff, and I definitely recommend you guys take a look. His time stop is really long, but they did also buff freeze, so it's kind of weird. All right, next up we got Minato. Minato's half decent. I'm gonna give Minato the C tier. All right, I don't know if I would ever use Minato over Golden Frieza. The reason being, Minato's starting stats are so bad. Like, oh, I have a Naruto clip. Look at his starting stats, guys. 200 damage. Even with the orb, it doesn't make it any better. All right, next up we got Luffy. Luffy did get a buff, but the problem for me and Luffy is he's kind of just too expensive. If I show you his stats, all right, if we give him the buff, max level, max buff, look at this, guys. So he does do like oh wait, he does 1 million damage. Wait, why does it say 9 million here and 1 million here? I think that meant to be 900k. Yeah, so he does do like 1 million damage, but the problem is he costs 66,000. So like it's hit or miss. He is good, and also the problem here is this passive right here, guys. The holy passive basically means that he's not meta for any raids. He's kind of like a jack of all trades unit. The only raids he could be decent for are these ones down here. All right, I guess is he a captain? So he actually might be meta for this captain's judgment. So we are going to give him a little bit of credit. I think he is a captain. I don't know if it says right. We can go check real quick. Let me see if he's a captain. If he is a captain, then he's definitely... Yeah, he's a captain, so he is meta for that raid. So I'm going to give him credit for meta for raid story. All right, Giorno, guys, of course, he's very good. He's a time stop style unit or a rewind unit. Definitely recommended. Goku God did get a big buff. All right, I don't think he's quite up there yet, though, for A tier, in my opinion. All right, Nagato got an insane buff. Oh, my gosh. I got to show you guys this one. This guy is freaking insane. The path. Oh, my goodness, bros. They cracked this guy all the way out. Look at this, dude. Orb. Max level. Max buffs. Look at this. 750. Definitely doing more than that. All right, 750k. I don't know. He was definitely doing that more for that for me. I think they messed up the Shinzio Sasageo buff. So the wiki needs a little bit of work. I don't think the stats are quite right, but he's definitely really OP, and I highly recommend him. Whitebeard, all right. Whitebeard is meta, I believe, for the captain's ring. I saw somebody beat it with him, so I'll give him credit for that. Rukia, again, also, Rukia's actually really good. Rukia is meta for one of the best raids, all right? Rukia is meta for this raid right here, guys. The Siegen raid or whatever. Definitely use it. And they also buffed her Frieza a ton, and they gave her decent damage. So overall, she's a highly recommended unit. All right, Gilgamesh. I'm gonna give him. Ooh, he's tough. He's really good for damage. He's a good unit. I don't know if he's technically meta though. That's the problem. I'm gonna give him some credit. I think he's really good for damage farming, but I don't think he's the best infinite mode unit, if that makes sense. All right. Next up, we have Kakashi. Kakashi, I'm gonna give him the A tier. He's gonna allow you to destroy. He's more like an infinite mode unit, but I don't know if he's quite meta. He's definitely a good unit though. He got a massive buff, guys. Highly recommended you check him out. Guts also got a buff, but you know, he's kind of A tier for me still. Don't get this guy. Naruto, I think he's one of the best out of these groups. Highly recommended. Tokens, decent buff. I'm gonna give him solid B tier. All right, Sukuna. Oh my gosh, let me show you his buff. Oh my goodness. This guy's buff is freaking insane. On his last upgrade, they gave him freaking poison. Look at this. Look at this. 12 million damage, guys, plus 90 million from poison damage. That's over 100 million, but his SPA is 21. So, yeah, kind of a high SPA, but dang, man. Dang. All right, don't get this guy. They did sort of nerf him, I guess. I'm going to give him, like, B tier now. His damage just isn't that good for damage farming anymore, especially since Gilgamesh is a thing. There's just no point in getting this guy. I'm going to give these two guys, like, maybe even, like, honestly, I might even give them, like, C tier. I just don't actually know. I'm just going to give them C. They just don't use them. They're just not even good anymore. All right, Itachi has some chance to be meta for raids. I'm going to give him A tier, though. I don't think he's quite as good as the units above. Sasuke kind of got a big nerf. I'm going to give him B tier. All right, Gojo. I'm going to give him credit. He's really good for infinite mode, but he could be meta for all modes. I know I used to use him for Beerus raid. Trash, 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 trash. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Jodaro, what the frick, Dio. I think you could only really use him for infinite mode, so I'm gonna give him credit for that. Trash. I think he got sort of rebalanced, but he's still pretty good. All right, Laxus. Slightly better, but I don't think they buffed him or anything, so he's not that good. Luffy didn't get a buff, so nope. Shave, crap. Now Fumi, not hitting. Shirtless Devil, I can see him having some potential, but I don't think he got a buff, so I'm gonna give him like B tier. He has a really like big range and freeze, which is nice. The boys, I think he technically got a nerf. I'm honestly just gonna like put him in like the D tier. I don't even recommend him anymore. Ulakora, trash, trash, trash. This guy didn't get a buff, so I don't even think I can recommend him, but he didn't get nerfed either, so maybe like C tier. And they did buff freeze, so I'll give him some credit. Oh my gosh. Madara got a nerf. I'll probably put him in like the B tier now. This Rengoku, still pretty good. All right, Speedwagon, of course, guys, you already know. Elite Warrior, oh my gosh. I haven't done a video on him because I couldn't find him in the banner. If I find him in the banner, I'll do a video on it. But look what they did to this dude. Oh my gosh, they kind of made him pretty OP. Look at this, guys. 1.3 million damage. Dang, man. Without a buff, with buff. Dang, man. But his range is kind of sucky. He's all right. I'm going to give him a little bit more credit than the boys. All right, Lex. He got the lightning passive, which actually makes him meta for raids now. So I'm going to give him credit for that. If you guys are wondering what raid he's good for, he's meta for the spirit raid. Maybe even other raids too. But actually, he's also really good for the random boss rush raid, but that's RNG. All right, Enel did get a buff. He's like slightly worse than Golden Frieza, so I'm gonna give him like A tier. Death the Kid didn't get a buff or anything, so I don't really recommend him. He might have gotten a buff, but they didn't say he did. I might test him, but I don't know, because if you look at the update log, like, it just says, it just has his name down there. I assume, I don't know what that means. Maybe they just forgot to put buff in front of it. I don't know. I can take a look, though. All right, next up, we got Tengen. Tengen, they changed his passive, so he's actually meta for raids now. I don't know if he's meta for infinite mode, though, but yeah, he's actually, again, meta for this season raid right there. Highly recommended unit there. Planter did get a buff. Uryu did get a buff as well, but I don't like him as much as like these units. I'm gonna give him like A tier. This guy got a buff, sort of. He's all right. I don't really like him though. Aaron, honestly, like, don't even use Aaron. I don't even know if people are gonna even use this guy anymore. He didn't get a buff or anything. I'm gonna give him like maybe D tier. All right, Mikasa, still pretty good. I don't think this guy got a buff or anything. Anti-hero, apparently he did get a buff, but let me go take a look at his stats real quick. But I don't have him. I thought I did have him, but maybe I might have deleted him. I really thought I had him. All right, looking at his, oh man. Okay, you know what? That's not bad. That's not bad. 2.5 million, and he's cheap. You know what? Screw it. He's actually really good now. I'm gonna give him like A tier. Potentially meta. Baby Vegu did get a buff, but I don't think he's meta. It's all right. I think this guy got a nerf. I don't recommend him. He got a buff. I'll give him some credit, but A tier. Amelia got a massive buff. Massive buff. Definitely meta. For at least the season raid, if not the spirit raid. Bro, I need to get out of this. All right, this guy, of course, guys, he got that massive, massive buff. Highly, highly recommend you pick him up. Universal Justice, I think, got nerfed. Let me check what his nerf is. All right, Universal Justice. All right. You know what? That's not terrible. That's not terrible. Yeah, you know what? That's actually pretty dang good. Honestly, like, that's actually really good. I think that's better than Naruto. I'm actually gonna put him in maybe infinite meta. Like, he's up there. Zoro did get nerfed. Don't recommend him anymore. I believe this guy got nerfed too. I don't think this guy got buffed. I don't know what they did to him. Erido, with Rukia nowadays, don't get him. Don't get this guy either. Megumin got a pretty nice buff. I don't recommend her either. I don't think she got buffed. Night Guy got nerfed pretty heavily. Maybe like B tier now. Oob got a really, really saucy buff. Give him A tier. The wrong one. Obito got a pretty bad nerf. A tier, no longer like S tier. Yugi, I definitely think he has potential to be meta for infinite. He's really good for damage farming. I'm gonna put him up here. He's like maybe meta. Like, I don't really recommend getting him, but he's the best for damage farming, hands down. All right, we got Zero. I don't think anybody uses him. Underwater God got nerfed. Oh, this guy got buffed. He's still like meta for his ability. This guy got buffed, sort of. I still don't recommend. This guy has a really nice passive, but I don't really recommend him. This guy got, yeah, I don't really recommend this guy either, or this guy, but they're okay. This guy, I think, is still definitely meta, especially after we'll talk about it later. All right, Goddess got nerfed. Big Mom still has that ability. This guy honestly is better than Goldie Roger in my opinion in a lot of this. We'll put these two guys together. All right, Deku got a pretty hard nerf, but he's still like right around as good as Naruto. Aqua Goku is like the same. I don't really recommend Aqua Goku. Might be a little inaccurate. Yeah, I'll probably give them both like A tier. This guy, he didn't get like a nerf or a buff. We'll give him a solid. I don't recommend using him though. Kilowatt, bro, he is so meta, bro. Oh my gosh, he is so OP. He's honestly not even bad for some raids either. Don got a pretty bad nerf. I don't think anybody's gonna use him. I'll give him some credit though. I'll put him in B tier. Trash. Whitebeard got nerfed pretty hard. Metallic King is technically good, but I think there's no point in using him ever. So I'm gonna give him F tier, guys. Just don't get this guy. Juuzou, bro, with Tengen. Obviously. This guy apparently got nerfed pretty hard. Doflamingo got nerfed. Escanor got nerfed. Everybody knows these units are pretty bad. All right, Bites the Dust resets cooldowns. It's actually pretty nice though. We'll say I'll give it like A tier. I definitely feel like he has potential to move into infinite mode, but I still haven't seen like any strategies with him yet, so I can't really say. All right, now we have to take a look at all the new units. This might take a minute, guys. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go over to the new units page. Let's take a look, because I don't have all of these units yet. We're still working on it, but we do know all of their stats, so we can still rank them. All right, Abari 6-star. Abari 6. You know what? That's not bad, actually. Oh, he's kind of expensive, though. He is electric, which is kind of nice. I'm going to give him, like, maybe C tier. All right, Alice. I don't know if we know Alice 6-star stats yet, so I'm going to leave her unranked. I'll make an... Oh, my gosh. Oh, all right. I'm going to make a tier. I don't think anybody has her yet. I've been asking around. If you guys have her, let me know. All right, unknown. All right, Broly 6-star. Broly 6-star next. Broly 6-star, I'd say... Oh, gosh, he's bad. We give him, like, D tier. Broly 7-star, though, I'm going to give him, like, maybe, like, A tier. All right, Frieza. Honestly, Frieza's good for raids. I'm going to put him meta for raids and story. But the metal one, guys, oh, my gosh. He is, like, really, really good. Really, 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 really good. Like, he's insanely good. If you guys can get him, oh my gosh. All right, this guy, when I checked his stats, he wasn't the greatest. This guy, he's lightning, which is sort of nice for raids. So we'll give these two guys the B tier. They're pretty similar. All right, Juuzou is more of a drip unit. Don't really recommend. King Begu, guys, obviously. Zoro 7-star is kind of weird. Let me take a look at his stats real quick. He doesn't bleed, but he does a lot of damage. And he has this really, really weird AoE too. But like overall, his damage is pretty good, but it's not insane. But I don't think he's meta for anything. I'd probably say he's definitely more like high end of A tier. This Zoro, we'll take a look real quick. See how good he is. All right, this Zoro. Oh gosh, he's not the greatest either. Yeah, he's like gonna be like. Monkey King was actually pretty nice. I'm gonna give him A tier. All right, Ragu like is definitely way low key, definitely there. All right, this Vegeta, guys, is currently like the best unit in the game for infinite mode that I know of. He does like 1 billion damage, and if you use him with Killua, you can just spam him. All right, and lastly, I think this is the last 7-star we know the stats of. All right, we got Vegeta Blue. All right, let's take a look. Kind of expensive, but still pretty good. Oh, he does have Final Bomb Explosion too. Oh, and he's really cheap. Oh, dang. Did the same ability? I think it's the same ability. Assuming it's the same ability, he's like the best in the game because he's so cheap. I think it's the same ability though. I haven't exactly tested it yet. Let me go look it up real quick. Yeah, so he doesn't actually have the same ability, so he's actually weaker than the 6-star. All right, so don't get this guy. He's not bad, but he's weaker than the 6-star, but he's still good. So there you go, guys. This is the best unit in the game currently that I know of. As far as leaderboards goes, that might change. All right, Sukuna and these guys are also pretty good. All right, Broly. Oh, wait, did I have Broly 7-star in here? Oh, I put him in like A tier. Yeah. I'll probably move him. So there you go, guys. These are all the units that, in my opinion, again, guys, this is my first tier list in a while with the new units. So again, this might get adjusted in the future. If you guys have any comments down below, let me know what you guys would change. And don't forget, guys, if we get to 5,000 likes, we're doing that giveaway for Aqua. So hopefully we guys can get there, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.